What's up, everybody?
Hey guys, we're going to play with train tracks tonight.
Yep. Down in Concord still.
We drove in silence, the old dirt road getting rougher, the anticipation.
It's probably going to be the last video of Concord for a while.
The forest was alive, shadows.
Why is that?
Well, because are we going to try to go to that abandoned whatever it is?
Oh, do you want to?
I want to, yes.
We could do that before you go.
The silence was broken only by the
I also thought you wanted to do that.
I want to do the other thing too. Is that in Concord or is that outside of Concord?
What?
The end thingy that you showed me. The pine thingy.
Scanning the darkness, nothing. Joe, did you hear that?
The pine cabins.
Every sense on high alert. There it was again.
Pine cabins. That would be.
A wave of unease washed over me. Cold and
That's not in Concord.
That's
honestly.
not Concord.
No.
Okay.
Then the whispers started. Soft at first. Unintelligible murmurs carried on the wind. We strained to make sense of them.
It's actually, it's down south.
The whispers grew louder.
Okay.
So more like south to the west.
Okay.
Like more like near like Keene or something. Like
Okay.
Nashua.
Yep. Yeah, because I was looking at haunted stuff.
I do believe.
I was looking at haunted stuff in and around the Monadnock Mountain area.
Yeah.
And I found something in Keene.
Okay.
I have to relook it back up. With those, are we doing our main trip before I go home this time, or are we gonna do that when I come back up on the 20th?
Main trip?
For the dig site.
I'll probably have to wait until next time.
Okay, that's fine.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, that's not behind us.
The sound tearing through the silence. Blanchette flew off the board, spinning wildly in the air before tapping to the ground. I could feel the blood draining from my face. We were in way over our
That
heads.
just scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I know.
We scrambled to pack up our gear, our movements frantic, adrenaline surging through our veins. I glanced over my shoulder and saw it. A shadowy figure coalescing in the darkness behind us.
Just park here for a second.
To our feet. We didn't speak.
Two cops, holy shit.
We ran blindly through the forest.
Yep.
The only sound was the pounding of our hearts and the crashing of branches.
Can we get a third for good luck?
I don't know, but now I'm gonna move.
Yeah.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good on my side.
We stumbled through the undergrowth, our lungs burning, our legs screaming for mercy. Just when we thought we were done here, we saw it. A light.
I fucking hate when they creep up on you.
The light led us to a clearing, in the center of which stood a dilapidated cottage.
I know. I hate that too. He got up on my ass. Too.
He did.
And I think it's because of this light on here.
Yep.
How is that so suspicious, in my opinion? It's not to me.
Because you should be able to fucking have. I've never.
I've witnessed people even driving with these on all the time. As long as it doesn't create a distraction for you, you will always be fine.
Exactly.
Now, what creates a distraction for me is having a cop behind me. It's the only distraction I'll end up having in my life is a cop. Why did you swerve? Because you intimidated me. What did I intimidate you? Are you up to something? No, you just fucking get off my ass like you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be at least 1 or 2 car lengths away. Not up on my ass. And I got cameras to prove it.
I've literally told a cop before because they've crept up on me before and ran my plate.
Yeah.
And because the car used to be registered in Mel's name,
Yep.
they were stopping to make sure Mel wasn't fucking driving.
Well,
So
I
literally
get
sat
that
there-
reason.
I literally sat there and told the cop, I'm like, next time you want to fuck me in the ass, make sure you use a condom and take me out first.
How did that go?
It didn't go well. It was a female cop.
Oh God.
I was in a bad mood that day. Mel pissed me off something fierce that day.
I could tell.
Because literally, the day I got my license, the shelter basically told us, when whoever gets their license first, me or Mel, will get the car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because of my child support thing with Heather and being in debt, they didn't feel comfortable putting it in my name because they didn't want it taken away from us. No problem. Understandable. 100% understandable. So we had to do a little bit of digging to see if we could put it in Mel's name, which we found out, yes, we can put it in Mel's name. Because you don't have to have a license to register a car in New Hampshire.
Right.
So we did that, and everything else, like, I got my license first, obviously, so I kind of got, like, overly excited,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, here's my license, do I get my car now? And they're like, well, we need to figure stuff out first. I'm like, no, that's not what you said. You said when I got my license, I get the car. So can I have the car, please? They're like, how are you even gonna register it? I'm like, it's gonna go in Mel's name. Like, we already figured this out. And she's like, okay. She's like, the only car we have available right now is the silver neon. I'm like, I don't fucking care. A car is a car at this point. So they're like, all right, fine. Here's the title, here's the key. We literally went from, we had Mel's mom come pick us up,
Mm-hmm.
and we went from the shelter to town hall.
Yeah.
Registered the car, got our plates, literally slapped the plates on, and I'm like, all right, we're going for a long drive. Like, I need to drive the car. I need to make sure nothing's wrong with it.
Right.
To the point where it's not going to pass inspection. So we literally drove from the shelter all the way down to the Litchfield State Police Barracks in Mass,
Mm-hmm.
and back. And we got stopped on the way back, going home. And like the whole way down to Mass, she's like, why the fuck are we going to Mass? I'm like, because it's the only longest drive I know. I'm like, because I don't want to drive on the highway. I'm
Right.
like, I'd rather just take back roads. I'm like, because I'm not comfortable with the highway yet.
Yep.
So she was bitching about that like the whole way down, and that, and you know how sometimes the roads go like this a lot. Well, I was kind of going a little too fast around the corners because like I was trying to test the steering.
Yeah.
The steering felt a little loose. And she's like, you're gonna fucking crash the car. We get the kid in the car. I'm like, I'm not gonna crash. I know what I'm doing.
Right. You've
like
dealt
this-
with vehicles with loose steering.
I'm like, yeah, I may have just gotten my license, but I've had my permit for a while. I'm like, I've driven without a license before.
Right.
I'm like, I've been in situations where Paul had just literally would have just taken his meds, and I would have to drive home from school.
We were no longer investigating the paranormal. We were living in the shadows of
Those nights were fun.
Yeah.
Because those nights, Paul would pass out in the passenger seat, and I'm like, all right, time to see what this car can do. And then Paul would wake up. I'd have to wake Paul up because we'd be pulling in the driveway. Like, Paul, we're home. I wasn't out that long. How fucking fast were you going?
You're gonna need us all.
Like, how fast were you going? You don't want to know. Kevin, how fast were you going? Not that fast. 50, 60. Kev, speed limit's 30 on the back roads. Well, I mean, is it really illegal if there's no cop to pull you over for it?
We had come to this place seeking answers.
The answer is yes, but
We're just gonna park here.
alright, that's fine.
I don't know where else to park. But it seems like guest parking's still out here.
Yep.
Section 8, fight for survival. As the night wore on, our hope began.
Alright guys, sorry that it's gotta get dark in
Dark.
here. We'll pack up really quickly and be on the road. This video will be uploaded to Urban Explorer, so if you want to see the exploration part, please join Ghost Explorers to see this video.
Yes.
Alright, thank you. See you guys.
See you guys.
Time to process the horrors of the witness.
Alright.
But for now, we were
Let's get
content
out
to
of
breathe
here.
fresh air and freedom, grateful to have survived the night attack. We had looked into the abyss, and the abyss had looked down, and we knew that we would never be the same.
Sure, this off.
All right, folks, gather around for a bone-chilling tale. Picture this, a friendly ghost living his best afterlife. This spirit loves to prank the living, harmless fun. But one night, things took a spine-tingling turn. You see, this friendly ghost had his own haunt, a cozy little corner of an old mansion. He'd startle guests with flickering lights and creaky floors just for laughs. But then, a team of paranormal investigators broke the peace. Uninvited and unwelcome, they barged in, armed with gadgets and gizmos, determined to find him. Now, our ghost friend tried his usual tricks. Lights flickering, cold drafts, even a few floating objects. But these trespassers wouldn't budge. They were undeterred, stubbornly searching every nook and cranny. Desperate, the friendly ghost knew he had to up his game. So, he called for backup. And who answered? His demon cousin. Yep, you heard that right. A demon. When this dark entity arrived, the atmosphere changed instantly. Shadows deepened, and the air grew thick with dread. The investigators felt it too. Their gadgets went haywire, and cold fear gripped their hearts. It was time for them to leave. Doors slammed, and whispers echoed through the halls. The demon played no games, making it clear they were not welcome. Panicked and terrified, the investigators raced to their van, not daring to look back. With the intruders gone, the mansion returned to its eerie tranquility. The friendly ghost was relieved, his home safe once more. He thanked his demon cousin, who vanished back into the shadows. So, next time you hear a ghost story, remember this one. Not all spirits are out to harm, but even the friendly ones have their limits. And when they call for backup, you better believe things are about to get seriously spooky. Stay tuned for more hair-raising tales, and remember, sometimes it's best to respect the unknown. Who knows what, or who might be watching. Until next time, keep your lights on and your courage high. Later, ghouls and gals.
Hey there, cryptid enthusiasts. Tonight I'm taking you on a spine-chilling journey into the heart of darkness. Picture this. It was a dark and stormy night, the kind where the wind howls like a lost soul and the fog is so thick you can't see your own feet. I'd always been fascinated by the legend of Bigfoot, and this night was my chance to get closer than ever before. The forest was alive with the sounds of nature, but underneath it all there was something different. A low, guttural roar echoed through the trees, sending a shiver down my spine. As we moved deeper into the woods, the fog seemed to close in around us and the temperature dropped. Then, out of nowhere, a massive tree branch came hurtling towards us. It smashed into the ground, inches away, as if warning us that we weren't welcome. But we didn't turn back. No, we pressed on. The roar grew louder, more menacing. With every step, the anticipation built, our hearts pounding like a drum in our chests. We knew the risks, but the possibility of capturing undeniable proof of Bigfoot kept us going. Suddenly, a shadow moved in the fog. It was huge, towering over the underbrush. My camera was ready, my finger hovering over the button. This was it, the moment I'd been waiting for. But just as quickly as it appeared, the shadow vanished, swallowed by the mist. We kept our eyes peeled, our senses heightened. The forest seemed to be playing tricks on us, every rustle of leaves and snap of twigs making us jump. And then there it was, a glimpse of something impossibly large moving through the trees. I managed to snap a few photos, though they were blurry and obscured by the fog. The adrenaline was pumping now. We could hear heavy footsteps, the kind that make the ground tremble. Another branch flew past, and this time we knew we had to be cautious. The air was electric with tension. We set up our equipment, hoping to capture more footage. The night seemed to stretch on forever, each minute feeling like an hour. And then, just before dawn, we heard it. A roar so close it felt like it was inside our head. We didn't see Bigfoot again that night, but we left with something almost as valuable. A story, an experience that would stay with us forever. The photos and videos we captured might be blurry and inconclusive, but the thrill of the hunt, the eerie sounds and the fleeting glimpses are what make the legend of Bigfoot so captivating. So whether you believe or not, remember this. It's the mystery and the adventure that keep us coming back renewed. Who knows, maybe one day we'll get the undeniable proof we've been searching for. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring. Thanks for joining me on this dark night adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell for more cryptid tales. Stay safe out there.
Wow. Redid this road.
Nice.
It's about time.
Right?
Service for a few, I guess. Definitely get used to seeing through this.
Yeah.
It's become super easy for me now. Now I understand how cops get used to it.
Yep.
I can actually make it a little bit better too. And I know how.
Okay.
I need to put fur on my dash or some kind of carpet, rug,
Yep.
fabric. And it'll get rid of the shiny reflective part on the window.
The old car rumbled to a stop. Gravel crunched under its tires. Joe, Kevin and Jeremy peered through the foggy windshield. There it was, Midnight Manor. The haunted hotel loomed before them. Its windows were dark, empty eyes. The moon cast eerie shadows across its weathered facade.
We're really doing this.
Kevin's voice
You
quivered.
can't see?
Joe nodded, his face set with
Yeah.
determination. Jeremy clutched his camera, knuckles white. They had come to
I
document
know,
the
it kind of just
paranormal.
feels like an
Now,
off
faced
night.
with the reality, fear crept in. The hotel seemed to watch them, waiting. They stepped out of the car. The night air was cold, damp. It clung to their skin like ghostly fingers. Crickets fell silent as they approached. Even nature seemed to hold its breath. The front doors stood ajar as if inviting them in or warning them away.
Let's go.
Joe led the way, flashlight in hand. Its beam cut through the darkness. Kevin and Jeremy huddled close behind. Each step brought them closer to the unknown. The floorboards of the porch groaned beneath their feet. It was the sound of old secrets, of forgotten stories, and perhaps of lurking dangers. They crossed the threshold into Midnight Manor. The air inside was thick and musty. It smelled of rot and abandonment. Joe's flashlight revealed peeling wallpaper, cobwebs stretched across ornate chandeliers. Nature had begun to reclaim the hotel. Vines crept through broken windows, moss carpeted the once grand staircase.
Guys, maybe we should go.
Kevin's foot crunched on something. He looked down, then quickly away, a small animal skeleton, but curiosity pulled them deeper. They moved through the lobby. Dusty furniture loomed like sleeping beasts. A grand piano sat silent, its keys yellow with age. Jeremy's camera flashed, capturing the decay. Each picture seemed to anger the shadows. They grew darker, more menacing. The friends huddled closer together. Their breath came out in visible puffs. The temperature had dropped suddenly, unnaturally. Upstairs they found long hallways stretching into darkness. Doors hung off hinges like broken teeth. Some rooms were bare, others still held the ghosts of past guests. Suitcases lay open, clothes strewn about, as if their owners had fled in a hurry or never left at all. The hotel seemed to breathe around them. Walls creaked and settled. Or did something else move in the shadows? A sound echoed through the halls, faint at first, then louder.
Did you hear that?
They froze, listening. Came again a low moan, like wind or a voice in pain.
It's just the building settling.
But his voice lacked conviction. The sound grew closer, more distinct. Kevin's flashlight flickered, died. Darkness pressed in around them. Joe's light barely held it at bay. The moaning stopped, replaced by something worse. Footsteps, slow, dragging footsteps, coming towards them.
Hello?
His voice cracked. No response, just the steady approach of unseen feet. They backed away, hearts pounding, breath coming in short gasps. The footsteps grew louder, closer. A shadow moved at the end of the hall, took shape. A figure hunched and twisted, it shuffled into view. The beam of Joe's flashlight revealed a face, pale, sunken, eyes that gleamed with malice.
Run.
They turned and fled. The figure let out an inhuman shriek. It echoed off the walls, filled their ears, chased them down the hall. They ran blindly, terror giving them speed. Behind them, the footsteps quickened. The creature was giving chase, its cries growing louder, more frenzied. The hunt had begun.
Is everyone okay? Panic drove them forward. They raced down the hallway. Joe in the lead, Kevin close behind. Jeremy brought up the rear. The creature's shriek spurred them on. Its footsteps pounded.
Hey, I dress like I don't give a fuck. I punch Nintendo in my truck. The CMAs don't like me none, cause they know that